welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be reviewing the movie Crush. Um, this movie had Rowan Blanchard, I believe her name is. In it, the girl from Girl Meets World. In this movie, she plays a teenage lesbian who is trying to get into a college summer program and wants to eventually go to college there while still dealing with life while liking the popular girl in school who is also lesbian. And she's an artist, and she's being accused of being this graffiti artist on campus that nobody can catch. And it's just one big whirlwind of teenage, sex positive, LGBTQ, everything in one movie. Um, and I liked it. I did feel like there was moments when we were being educated on the certain types of gay and bi, which, yes, okay, it is factual. There are like different, but there's also like different versions of that. And so I feel like it was a little stereotypical in that, but also like I think it was trying to be educational, but it just took it a little too far. And I was like, I see what you're trying to do here, but it's not really like those going into the movie. I think already kind of know, but thank you. And then also we're kind of poking fun at those people. Like it would I don't know, like it was like a lot of satire, and eventually it was done. I think I don't want to say right, but it was done in a way that was like, okay, it was bearable and it was a good movie. Um, but at first it was very like, this is what it is and this is how they act and everything, and I I get it, but at the same time it felt very in your face. And nowadays there's so many more diverse people with, you know, who identify as so many different things, and like there's so many different versions of what we label the different versions of, like it's all of this stuff. So yeah, so that was that. um the girl that she happens to like happens to be the most popular girl in school, and apparently they were partners together in a project uh for, I don't know what class it was. They were very young, and but they had to take care of like an egg. Like we had to take care of like, I don't know why they got an egg. I got a packing peanut. Like it was their baby. Like for a week, I guess, and like then turned it in. But like they were both like paired together, so they were like, we're the moms and everything. And she was supposed to be paired with her sister, who's bi. But I guess that never happened, and so this family has a lesbian, and apparently they're twins. One twin is lesbian and one twin is bi, which is not, you know, abnormal. But I felt like they were really like trying to make everybody LGBTQ in this movie, which, like, yes, a lot of people are and identify as that, but I felt like everyone sort of was, and thus we had, this is gonna sound really weird, but we had only one main couple of like straight people who were constantly like kissing and like pro sex and like making out. And this is high school, and I'm just like, okay, we're a little too much here. Okay. So the only like straight couple we got was them, and they were like overly like sexual, and I'm just like, whoa. And everybody else was like gay or bi, and like that's fine, but I was just like, okay, we're doing something here, but I'm not sure what we're doing, and I don't know if we're doing it right, but okay. And it was just like one of those really funny like satire sitcom kind of movies, which are great, but I think like they just took things too far. The mom was very like sex positive and everything, and like, and I love parents like that, but like it just like she, I think, was just too over the top, and I was just like, that's to the point where it's like borderline, not even borderline, over borderline embarrassing. She's best friends with her mom. I don't even understand why. Like, yes, everyone's best friends with their mom, but it's like that mom. It's like, whoa, tone it down just a little, just a little. But good for you for supporting your daughter. Like, good for you. And there was moments when I was like, okay, like, and then there was moments when I was like, okay. Um, I understand this movie was trying to like be funny and be satirical and be like all these different things, and like at the same time like be pro LGBTQ and all that stuff, and all that stuff is great. It just felt like they were making fun of a lot of things way too much, and it kind of was like, but it was also a good movie because a lot of the parts in the middle were good, but there was like random parts where it was just like, this is too much. Anyway, enough of that. But uh apparently like the family with the two twins, and they don't even look alike. And I didn't even know they were twins until like halfway through the movie. It's like, we're twins. I'm like, wait, what? Um so apparently when the sister, I thought the sister was younger, came out, everything was fine, everything was cool. And then when the mom, sorry, when the other sister, the older sister who like apparently does everything better, came out, it was like this huge big deal. um so they have like different like coming out like situations and stuff like that and support. But yeah, apparently the popular girl is on and off with this one binary individual. And apparently like she is like really upset about the breakup, but they don't like show many scenes with them together, and it's like not really that big of a deal until it is a big deal. But then they make it seem like she likes the other girl who she has to draw her or like submit artworks because she's an artist. I did mention that. And she has to submit the most happiest moment, capture her most happiest moment, and she doesn't know what that is, and she's struggling with it. And so she she is with this girl suddenly because they accuse her of being the PE uh, teacher accuses her of being the graffiti artist, which again everybody thinks that she is. And then the principal agrees, and they're about to suspend her, and she's like, because there's track tryouts or something like that, and she's like, well, I'll join track, that way you can keep an eye on me, and it'll kind of be like this compromise, and I'll find who it is, and I'll bring them to you, and at the end of the semester, and it'll all be good, and I won't be suspended. And that's a deal that she made, and they were like, okay. And then the mom starts hitting on the PE teacher, and it's really weird. And so then she gets paired up with these two twin girls, and during this time, that one girl, the popular girl, ends up liking her, but I guess she's also like taking out her feelings because she's heartbroken about breaking up with the other individual. And so like she wants to like kiss her and stuff and everything. It's just really awkward. It doesn't make sense. I'm like, you don't like her. You barely even know her. You barely even know she existed. Like, you don't really remember her until like now. And it's just like, no, like this is no. But that didn't feel real at all. But the feelings that she ends up developing for her sister are real. Like, legitimately, they, if everything feels like it's not rushed, like she, the whole like they fall for each other. Like, there's moments where I'm like, I don't know, but like it's like that makes sense that they fall for one another and everything. And then because this one girl, the sister, kissed her when she kisses the other sister, and it's like this whole real thing. She needs to tell that the sister that that wasn't her first kiss, that she had kissed her sister before that. But then she has to wait until after the track meet. But then the sister spills that she did kiss her, and then like it's this whole big thing. She ignores her. She doesn't talk to her and everything. And like she's mad at her sister because her sister like gets everything, and like but then she makes peace with her sister, but at the same time like doesn't want to forgive the girl. And then this girl does like this whole big gesture of like love and like kisses her in front of everybody, and I'm just like, this wouldn't happen. Like she shows like she makes this whole big painting of like them together and them kissing it, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's this huge romantic gesture. I just think that it was done for the sake of the movie because it was all pro LGBTQ. But I don't think a school would allow two individuals, even if they were straight, can make out in front of everybody unless like I don't know if it was done differently. The whole romantic gesture, yes. Uh but like I think like it was like really like focused on like let's get together proclamation of love type of thing, but like in the way the movie was doing it, like overdoing it, so like I just felt like it was slightly a bit too much. But then it also was beautiful and worked. It was all these different things. But yeah, that was the movie. And that was the art piece that she submitted, and I'm guessing she got in. And apparently the sister ends up being the graffiti artist, even though she shows like nothing like that, no idea of like there's like nothing that shows that she's artistic other than the when she is like critiquing the girl's art in that one scene. There's so many scenes where she seems like she's annoyed with the person, but then also like she's falling for the person, so I'm a little bit confused with that. Um, and so yeah, she ends up being the graffiti artist, and like she's like, Mom and Dad would never like be okay with me doing art and everything, but apparently at the end she's like being more true to who she is and everything. And then everyone's like friends and everything, and the one straight couple, they're both running for to be president of like student council of the school or something, and it student body president, and like they're like so back and forth with it, but they're just like so supportive of one another, but at the same time like they want to win, but at the same time like no, you're gonna win, no, you're gonna win, but it's like not negative. It's like the most cheesy, positive, gushy thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life, but it was really cute. It just there was a lot of sexual things going on. But yeah, and then like the whole like cross country, like they go on a trip, like that was just kind of like random, and then they end up in like there was like all these other people from track, and I'm like, who are these people, like just random background characters, and then they start playing like 7 minutes of heaven kind of thing, and that's when she makes out with the girl in the bathroom and finds out like that she likes her, and then they end up sleeping in the same room together, and the guy's like, oh, I know some of you like are LGBTQ, and but like I'm just gonna put you in rooms with whoever and just don't be with people of the opposite sex, and I'm just like, do you not pay attention to what these two? No? Okay. You're just too caught up on the mom. So, yeah, the principal was also the principal from that one movie. What was it? Moonstruck? Not the principal, the pilot lady who was also a bit too much. Um, so yeah, if that's how she acts, that's how she acts, but I don't think I've in the movies that she's been in, like I think she's just been over the top a little too much. If she just dialed it down a bit, I think it'd be like, um, so yeah, again, the egg thing was kind of just random and weird, and apparently they both ended up having different eggs when they were both moms of the same egg originally, but then like they didn't do well in the project taking care of their individual egg, but it was like one egg. I don't know. One ended up boiling the egg. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, lots of stuff. I liked the movie. It was a good movie. But they overdid a lot of things. Sometimes it was well done. Sometimes it was too much. Sometimes the too much Like, do you know, like, when you just kind of accept that this isn't what it is and it's too much, and like you just are like, okay, and it ends up being good? Like, that's, I think that there's a point where I reached that in this movie. I don't know what to do with that. Does it mean that the movie was bad or the movie was good? I think the movie was good. I think that if they dial things down, it still could have been good. I don't think it was necessary, but it was done and it still worked. Like, those are my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see y'all real soon.